story begins with Prince named Henry, while making cuts on his own hand and the hand of his bride-to-be, Princess Elodie, mixes his blood with her blood. Henry tells the princess that this is a ritual of their ancestors and throws Princess Elodie into a deep cave. Here, Elodie does not understand anything about why this was done. She cries loudly and tries very hard to get out of the cave, but is unable to. Now, hearing Princess Elodie's screams, the dragon living in that cave wakes up. Then Elodie sees many insects burning and running out of the cave. Just then, that dangerous dragon arrives and tries to burn Elodie with its fire. To save her life, Elodie runs and hides in a spot in the cave, but one of her legs was badly burned. She did not understand what was going on. Then she hears the dragon's voice telling Elodie that it can smell the scent of royal blood from her blood, which is why she cannot go anywhere to escape it. But why exactly did Prince Henry throw Princess Elodie into this cave? What is the secret of this dragon, and will Elodie be able to escape this dangerous dragon or not? Let's find out, friends. So at the beginning of the story, we see the king of the Oria kingdom, who is chasing a dragon with his soldiers. Actually, the king was going to kill that dragon because his subjects were in danger from it. Well, now the king reaches the dragon's cave with his soldiers. Then the dragon arrives and kills some of the king's soldiers by breathing fire from its mouth. After that, it starts catching and killing all the soldiers one by one. Seeing this, the king gets very scared and bows down before the dragon, begging for his life. From here, the scene shifts, and we are shown a scene many centuries later, where we see Princess Elodie of a small kingdom. Here, Elodie is cutting wood in the forest, and her younger sister Floria is with her. From Elodie's words, it is revealed that the treasure in their kingdom is exhausted, due to which their people are dying of hunger. Also, winter is about to arrive, so they have to arrange food for their people. Anyway, while cutting wood, Elodie's eyes fall on a royal carriage that was going towards their palace. After this, Elodie and Floria also leave for their palace. In the kingdom, many people were leaving the state due to lack of food and poverty. Now, Elodie hands over her bag of wood to a shopkeeper and asks him to distribute that wood among the subjects. After that, she goes to her father, Hector, who was the king of this small kingdom. Well, here Elodie also sees a woman who was talking to her father and mother. Actually, this was the same woman who had come inside the palace in the royal carriage. Well, that woman is very happy to see Elodie and praises her beauty. After that, she gives King Hector a letter and tells him that she will be waiting for his decision. Saying this, the woman leaves. When Hector opens that letter, he becomes very happy. Then Elodie asks her father about that letter, to which Hector says that it is written in this letter that the prince of the Oria kingdom wants to marry you. Hearing this, Elodie is shocked. In addition, Hector says that the Oria kingdom is going to give money to their kingdom in exchange for this marriage, which will improve the conditions of their kingdom. On this, Elodie tells her father that one should marry only the person one loves. To this, Hector explains to her that if she becomes the princess of the Oria kingdom, she can travel the whole world like her mother. Here, we learn that Hector's first wife has died, and now he lives with his second wife, Helen. But Helen never let Elodie and Floria feel that she was their stepmother. Well, Elodie agrees to this marriage for the good of her kingdom, so the very next day she leaves for the Oria kingdom with her family. Now, after a few hours of travel, they all reach the Oria kingdom. Here they see many statues of dragons which were quite large in appearance. After this, they all come to the palace. This palace was very big and beautiful, which Elodie and her family liked very much. After this, they all go to their rooms to rest. Here, when Elodie comes to the balcony, she sees a girl in the opposite balcony. Then that girl goes into her room. But at night, Elodie cannot sleep, so she comes to the balcony, where she sees fire burning on a mountain. Well, the next day, Elodie's family meets Oria's Queen Isabel, King Rick, and Prince Henry. Here, talking to Elodie, Queen Isabel finds out that she is a very smart and sensible girl, so the queen likes Elodie very much. After a while, the queen sends Henry and Elodie outside to talk to each other. Then Elodie tells Henry that I am doing this marriage for my kingdom because our kingdom will get money from it. Now, because Elodie had liked Henry, she tells him that she is very happy with this marriage. After this, Henry takes Elodie to show her his kingdom. Then Elodie, pointing towards a hill, tells Henry that I saw fire burning on that hill last night, to which Henry says that actually, last night an ancient ritual was happening on that mountain which is done before marriage. Besides, he tells that this ritual will be done after marriage as well. On the other hand, we see Queen Isabel making a deal with Hector regarding the marriage. But after the deal is made, when Hector comes out, he looks very troubled. So Helen asks him about the agreement, to which Hector tells that they have asked to give us a lot of money in exchange for our daughter. But Helen felt something was wrong, so she asks Hector to tell the whole story, which makes Hector angry with her, and he refuses to tell her anything. Therefore, Helen goes to the Queen to talk about this, where Isabel insults Helen and starts saying bad things about her father. Actually, Isabel was taunting Helen for her poverty. Also, the Queen asks her to leave the palace in exchange for the marriage, from which Helen understands that the people of this kingdom are not right. Therefore, when night falls, Helen goes straight to Elodie and Floria, and tells Elodie that the people of this kingdom are very strange and you should not do this marriage. Along with that, telling about the agreement between the Queen and Hector, she says that your father looked very sad after the agreement, and he didn't tell me anything either. To which Elodie says that you are thinking too much about this. In the meantime, Hector arrives there and takes Helen away, telling her to rest. Now, the next day, Elodie and Henry get married, and she is made the princess of the Oria kingdom. After this, Elodie meets her family for the last time, because her family was now going to return home. Well, now Henry and Elodie go to the mountain to complete the royal ritual. In this hill, there was also a cave. Here, all the members of the royal family were standing, wearing strange masks, and they were all waiting for Henry and Elodie. Queen Isabel was also here, who, while welcoming both of them, tells Elodie that we have to do this ritual to save our kingdom. Along with that, she tells that our ancestors found out that a monster lives here who eats our people. So our ancestral king came to this cave to take revenge on him. But that monster killed all the king's soldiers, which made the king afraid of that monster, and he made a deal with that monster to save his life. In this deal, the monster had asked the king for his 3 daughters, to which the king agreed, and since then, the monster stopped killing the people of their kingdom. After that, whenever a prince in the Oria kingdom gets married, he has to come with his wife for this ritual. Now, the queen, starting the ritual, gives Elodie a gold coin and asks her to throw that coin into the cave. After this, she cuts the palms of Elodie and Henry with a knife and joins their hands together. In this way, the ritual is completed, and then Henry, picking Elodie up in his lap, starts to leave from there. But then suddenly, Henry apologizes to Elodie and throws her into that cave. Elodie falls into that cave and becomes unconscious. When she regains consciousness, she starts crying and screaming for help. After which she tries to climb up to get out of that cave, but she cannot climb up and falls back down. Looking around here, Elodie sees a lot of jewelry and clothes which belong to the princesses thrown here before Elodie. From this, Elodie understands that the queen has sacrificed her. Just then, she sees a fire burning there, so she starts going forward. Then she sees many bats there which were burning badly and dying. Seeing so many bats dying, Elodie feels very sad. Elodie could understand anything. Just then the dragon arrives, seeing which Elodie gets very badly scared and hides behind a rock. Seeing this, the dragon asks Elodie her name. Hearing the dragon's voice, we find out that it is a female dragon, and it was the same dragon we saw at the beginning of the movie. Well, now Elodie tells her name while being scared. Then the dragon tells her that your generation has to pay a debt by dying at my hands. That's why you have been sent here, and now I will kill you. Also, she tells Elodie that I can smell the stench of royal blood from your body. Hearing this, Elodie starts looking at her cut palm, which had Henry's royal blood on it. Well, Elodie starts running away from that dragon in fear. Then the dragon attacks Elodie with fire, but Elodie somehow escapes the fire by entering a cave. Here, Elodie finds the dead body of a girl. This girl was none other than the same girl Elodie had seen in the palace balcony. That is, Henry had married that girl before Elodie, and then she was sacrificed. Well, now the dragon also comes into that cave and starts attacking with fire. Therefore, Elodie runs away from there too, but in the meantime, her leg gets badly burned by the fire. Elodie quickly tears her clothes and binds her burned wound, after which she puts a burning coal in her locket and starts looking for a way out of the cave in its light. There she sees a very thin path, so she moves forward through that path. But going further from that path, she falls into a deep abyss, due to which she becomes very badly injured. Still, somehow gathering courage, she stands up. Here she sees a blue light in front of her, and there is also a path, but there was an abyss in the middle of that path. So Elodie jumps to reach that path, but she cannot reach the other side of the abyss and starts falling down. Then Elodie remembers the knife she had kept, which she had hidden inside her dress. Now, Elodie quickly takes out the knife and thrusts it into that rock and climbs up with the help of that knife. Coming to the other side of the abyss, she sees many insects from which blue light was shining. Elodie puts those insects in a cloth and prepares a lamp and sets out in search of a way out. Here on the way, she sees ice from which water was falling down. Elodie was thirsty, so she stands under the ice and tries to drink water, during which the dragon comes from the other side of the ice and melts the ice with its fire and comes down. Therefore, Elodie quickly runs from there and goes down into a thin cave to hide. Now, because this cave was very thin, the dragon could not come there. So the dragon tells Elodie that you cannot escape me because until now, whatever girls have come here, I have killed them. Well, after this, Elodie comes to the other side of this cave, where she sees many girls' names written on a wall. Along with that, it was written on the wall that you are safe from the dragon here. Here, Elodie understands that besides her, the queen had sacrificed many girls before. Now, due to pain, Elodie's eyes close, during which she sees dreams of those girls whose names were written on the wall. So she wakes up scared and sees that the blue-colored insects are sitting on her wound. So she quickly starts removing them from her wound. Then she sees that because of those insects, her leg wound has healed. After this, with the help of these insects, she also heals the wound on her hand and puts those insects back in the cloth and starts looking around. Here she sees a map on the wall which was made by some girl. Well, now Elodie reads this map carefully and starts moving forward through the path shown in the map. After going a short distance, she sees sunlight. But to reach that light, she had to climb up through a cave made of sharp crystals. Just then, Elodie finds the crown of a princess named Victoria there. So Elodie starts climbing up with the help of that crown. Then the dragon arrives there and starts looking at Elodie from below. In the meantime, a crystal breaks, due to which Elodie starts falling down, but somehow she handles herself and climbs back up. Here she sees a way out, but when she moves forward, she finds out that she is at a very great height from where she will die if she falls down. In the meantime, she sees 4 soldiers coming towards the mountain, seeing whom Elodie starts screaming for help, but because the height was too much, her voice could not reach the soldiers. Then suddenly, the dragon comes out of the mountain and attacks Elodie, but Elodie steps back. Then the dragon angrily tells her that the Aurea kingdom had made a deal with me that they would give me 3 princesses from every generation, and you are the second princess of this generation. Saying this much, it starts attacking Elodie with fire, but then someone comes into the dragon's cave and starts looking for Elodie by calling her name, due to which the dragon leaves Elodie and goes back into its cave. Inside the cave was Elodie's father, who had come to save Elodie with his 3 companions. On the other hand, Elodie also comes back into the cave, where moving forward she sees a place with a lot of gold and the bones of 3 dead dragon babies. Seeing them, Elodie understands that centuries ago when the king had come here, he had got the dragon's babies killed. Therefore, the dragon in anger killed all the king's soldiers, and when the king bowed down before the dragon and begged for his life, the dragon made a deal with him in exchange for his life, that the king would have to hand over 3 princesses of every generation of his lineage to the dragon so that she could take her revenge by finishing his entire lineage. But the Aurea kingdom never gave their own princesses to the dragon. Instead, they used to marry their princes to princesses of poor kingdoms and then cut their palms, put the prince's blood on it, and throw them into the cave, due to which the dragon used to get the stench of royal blood from those girls' blood, and it used to kill them considering them real princesses. Well, here Hector and his soldiers call out to Elodie. Then the dragon arrives there and kills 2 of Hector's soldiers, after which the dragon comes in front of Hector and asks him the reason for coming here, to which Hector says that I want my daughter and I will not leave from here without taking her. Saying this, Hector points his sword at the dragon. Here Elodie was also watching everything hiding behind a rock. Then the dragon catches Hector and tells him that your daughter is hiding right here because I can smell her blood. After which the dragon tells Hector to tell Elodie to come in front of her, but Hector does not do so. Instead, he calls out to his daughter and tells her not to come in front of the dragon. Along with that, he tearfully apologizes to Elodie because it was due to his deal that the queen got Elodie married to Henry and then sent Elodie here for sacrifice. But later, Hector felt very sad for his daughter, so he came into the cave to save her. After this, the dragon kills Hector, which makes Elodie cry in grief. Then the dragon, hearing her voice, starts coming towards her, during which Hector's remaining soldier tries to run away from there. So the dragon leaves Elodie and goes towards that soldier. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Elodie comes to her father. Then, before dying, Hector tells Elodie that Helen and Floria are waiting for you on the ship, and you have to get out of here somehow. After this, Hector dies, which makes Elodie very sad. Then her eyes fall on her father's robe, so she starts climbing up that rope, during which the dragon returns after killing that soldier and sees Elodie. So it breathes fire from its mouth to kill her. But Elodie, dodging it, comes out of the cave and starts running away, taking her father's horse. But then the dragon also comes out of the cave, so Elodie gets off that horse and hides under a rock. After this, when the dragon comes there, it sees the horse running and burns it with fire. But when it does not see Elodie anywhere, it angrily starts burning a mountain. Here, when Queen Isabel sees that mountain burning, she understands that Elodie has escaped from the cave. Therefore, to calm the dragon's anger, she thinks of handing over Elodie's sister Floria to the dragon. Therefore, the queen goes with her soldiers to catch Floria, where she catches Floria from the ship and stabs Helen, injuring her. After which the queen leaves from there, taking Floria. The next day Elodie comes out from the rocks. Then she sees Helen there, whose condition was very bad. Helen tells Elodie that Queen Isabel is going to hand over Floria to the dragon, so Elodie runs towards the cave to save her sister. Here in the cave, the queen was about to cut Floria's palm and sacrifice her, but Henry refuses to do so. Then the queen mixes her blood in Floria's palm and throws her inside the cave. Here below, the dragon picks Floria up and takes her along and waits for Elodie, because it was sure that Elodie would definitely come to save her sister. After a while, Elodie also comes into that cave, where she prepares a trap with weapons lying on the ground, after which she comes to the place where her father's dead body was lying. She picks up her father's sword and goes towards the dragon. Here the dragon, looking at her dead babies, says that those people snatched your life, and now I will finish their entire lineage. During this, the trap made by Elodie falls down and makes a noise, so the dragon runs towards that sound. Then Elodie, seeing the chance, comes to Floria and picks her up to leave from there. But then the dragon comes back and sees Elodie. Here Elodie tells the dragon that we have both been lied to. I am not the princess of the Aurea kingdom, and these people are not my ancestors. But the dragon does not listen to her and starts throwing fire at Elodie. So Elodie jumps into the water after plunging her sword into its mouth. In this attack, Elodie's hand gets badly burned, after which the dragon comes to her and catches her and injures her by plunging its claw into her stomach. But seeing the chance, Elodie plunges her knife into the dragon's eye and blinds its eye, which makes the dragon even more angry. After which Elodie picks up her father's sword and plunges it into the dragon's chest. During this, Elodie sees a stone from which the air was hitting and coming back. Seeing this, an idea to kill the dragon comes to Elodie's mind, so she goes and stands near that stone. Now, as soon as the dragon lets out fire from its mouth to kill Elodie, Elodie moves away from that stone, due to which that fire hits the stone and comes back to the dragon, and the dragon starts burning badly. Then Elodie, showing the wound on her palm, tells it that every girl who came here had the same wound on her palm because the queen mixes her royal blood in the wounds of girls from other states so that you can get the stench of royal blood from those girls. Besides that, she tells the dragon that I know they killed your babies, but you have also killed many innocent girls, to which the dragon says that you kill me. But Elodie does not kill it. Instead, she pours those blue insects over the dragon, which fills all the dragon's wounds and it becomes completely healed. After some time, Elodie comes to the palace where Henry was having his third wedding. Here, Elodie tells that third princess to run away and save her life. Along with that, she tells everyone present in the palace that whoever wants to stay alive should run away from here. On which Queen Isabel gets angry and says that just because you escaped from that monster doesn't mean we will be afraid of you. Before Elodie could tell her anything, the dragon arrives there and in no time burns the royal family along with their entire palace to ashes. After some time, we see Helen, Elodie, and Floria, who are returning to their kingdom. Here, Elodie accepts Helen as her mother for the first time, which makes Helen very happy. After this, they all leave for home in their ship, and along with them, that dragon was also going to their kingdom. And with this amazing movie ends right here.